Well, this is definitely not a Beatle haircut, but this is a Beatle razor, or at least one like they used in the 60s. Now, there's lots of, if you just Google Beatles shaving, you'll see them, like all four of them side by side in a mirror shaving with this. This one is a 1966 Gillette Slim Twist, and I think these were just available in the UK. They weren't here in the States, and they were other places. But this one came with a nice little carrying case, which is the only one I have. I don't have any other vintage ones with a cool carrying case. But this is what it looks like. It's a white plastic handle that kind of tapers down. And it's just it's a non-adjustable butterfly razor. And this one looks like it was never used. So, unfortunately, Paul, John, George, and Ringo. John, Paul, George, and Ringo never used this one. But I'm going to use it. I used to be a Beatle, kind of. It's laundry day, and so the wife's towel that's normally hanging there is not hanging there, and I didn't want you to look at a blank wall. Since this is a Beatle-related thing, I thought I'd put some Beatle-related stuff up there. Yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that as we go. All right, time to shave. I took a shower. I did what's left of my hair, and I did get a little bit butchered at the Great Clips on Saturday morning. I go to the cheapest place you can go, and sometimes that cheapness shows. So I was having a lovely conversation with the woman who was cutting my hair. We were talking about camping and weight loss and stuff. And I didn't really realize till I got home that I should have been paying more attention to what she was doing up here. Because there's some, like the front is too short and there's some in the back that's way too long. I'm gonna go get my money back or get my hair back. I don't know. Okay, so let's lather up. Well, let's put a blade in this sucker first. Now, you got to put a blade in. If you're going to shave, let me take, this is what I do. Now, check this out. I don't think I've ever shown this on camera. I just put a feather blade in this Rockwell because I used that yesterday morning. I'm not going to use it today. People say they can hang on to those fins at the end and not cut themselves. You're going to cut yourself if you don't watch out. So I'm going to go ahead and untighten it. And then I take the blade out. There we go. Let me do it on camera so you can see it. And I just swap it into the new one. Because I only got one shave out of that one, so I'm going to get at least maybe 3 more. I don't know. It depends. Depends on my mood and how I feel. And then always clean up after yourself. Put the razor away before you do anything else. I believe in that very much, including cooking. I'm a little anal retentive in case you didn't know. All right, so got the razor loaded up with a feather blade in it. Going to put some hot water on my face. I'm going to lather up with this Sinatra Linen Signature Series brush. Linked below if you want to buy it. I think you can still buy it. And I'm going to use this Royal Lime traditional shaving soap. This stuff is great. It's the Goodfellas Smile. I've used it before. I'm just in the mood to use it now because I just got done with a long weekend of baseball tournament. Actually, not too long. Not too long. We did well, and the second day we did really well, but we unfortunately lost both our games. But it was 105 degrees Fahrenheit each day, so that'll take it out of you. That'll take it out of you. So I mowed the lawn today, and so I'm not hot and sweaty right now, thank goodness. I cooled off. I took my time to cool off before I came in here. But it's a scorcher. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. All right. Let's lather up. It's just silly. That's just my silliness. I apologize. So anyway, in case you didn't know, I'm a huge Beatle fan. Huge. Have been since I was a kid, and I listened to the Bee Gees, I know, Sgt. Pepper album. That's the one we had. My parents didn't have a lot of Beatle albums by the time I was a kid. They listened to them in the early 60s, but then they kind of tuned out when they got a little too psychedelic. They listened to country music, and then I started listening to 80s pop music, because that's when I was growing up, and that was what was on the radio. But I heard Beatles music, through the Bee Gees, or through... I especially remember it in Ferris Bueller in that scene where he's singing Twist and Shout in the parade. I was like, whoa, I love this. And then I got to college and I saw the Imagine John Lennon documentary. Okay, let's start shaving as we talk. If I recall correctly, this is a very mild razor. It's not adjustable. They're kind of hard to find these days. Like, I think I got this one from like Egypt or something. It was in a weird place. I don't even remember. But anyhow, so I watched Imagine John Lennon, that documentary, which you can still watch today. And that really kicked it off for me. And then I just went down this Beatle rabbit hole, and I'm still going. I'm still digging, baby. And I love it. It's brought a lot of joy to my life. It inspired me to learn to play guitar and sing and perform. And because of that, I met my wife. We were in a honky-tonk, not in a Beatle-related thing, but because I knew the band and because I could play. So thank you, Beatles. I have 2 kids because of the Beatles. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. So anyway, where are we going with this? Oh yeah, these things back here. So when I went to go see Paul McCartney with the kids and my mom a couple of weeks ago, my youngest son wore the Ringo jacket, the pink one, because it's the smallest, just like Ringo. And these other ones, I got these off eBay back like 22 years ago or something. I don't know. Somebody had 3 of the Sgt. Pepper jackets, but not the John one. Unfortunately, I'm a John guy. I love Paul. I love them all, but I'm a John guy. And but they threw in this blue British sergeant's uniform, like made out of normal material, not this satin kind of thing. So I wore that for a long time in the Beatles tribute band that I was the stage manager / MC / guitar tech / performer. I was kind of a jack of all trades in that band. I wasn't like a full-fledged member, like constantly playing guitar with them on stage, but I was the MC of the show, and I kind of kept the ball rolling, and I did all the guitar stuff, and I would get up in between sets and do some acoustic Beatles stuff. And if you haven't looked at my other channel, I do have another channel where that was, for years, I just uploaded me playing music. So, and other silliness like Stormtrooper armor stuff. But that's under my normal name, not Sinatra Lennon. So, it used to be this big mystery here on my channel. Like, oh, can you find the other one? You know, but it's out there under my normal name, and that's a little bit easy to find these days. But if you don't know my name, don't tell them. Just let them, it's a journey of discovery. Anyway. All right, there's the first pass with the Beatle razor, the 1966 Gillette Slim Twist. Yeah, interesting. Not a great razor. It's kind of a cheap one, you know. But I did see, I was looking when I Googled right before this, I Googled Beatles shaving, and there were some pictures of George shaving with a Gillette adjustable, and it looks almost like a fat boy to me, judging by the knurling on the adjustment. The photos are not great. You can only see part of it, but it's either a Gillette Slim at the time, adjustable, or it's a Fat Boy, so I don't know. But in more photos that you see from the earlier days, they're using this one. Including, I think, John and George, they went on vacation to, like, the Bahamas or some island paradise right after they hit it big. They went with their wives. But anyway, yeah, I'm a giant Beatle nerd, and that's my little Hofner travel base. Beatle base. It's a new one that just came out. It's a miniature one, so it's a travel size. So it's a not normal length. You know, it's not. I mean, the neck is the right length to play, but the body's a little bitty. I don't know if you can tell from perspective, but I do have the normal Hofner full-size German-made Beatle bass, and I love that thing. I've had that since the late '90s. I'm a Beatle nerd, I'm telling you. Ah, there we go. Now look at this. This is kind of weird. I already have 3 nicks on my chin. Normally I don't get nicked during that first pass. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but something about this razor got me. So I need to slow down a little bit. Slow down. Take your time. This should be about, you know, a beard reduction, not instant gratification. It's all gone in one pass. It's a process. It's a process. You got to have a little bit of patience. And if you take that time, it's kind of, I don't know, it's time to think, time to meditate almost. Not that I'm into meditation or anything like that, you know. I'm keeping Austin weird, but I'm not that weird. I grew up during the 70s when that kind of stuff was looked at as, well, that's weird when you're eating organic yogurt. What the heck is that, you weirdo? Oh, man, I'd never heard of sushi when I was a kid. My goodness. I'd heard of Big Macs. Well, God bless America, I guess. All right. I hope you're all doing well. I get lovely emails from people who have told me, you know, how I've inspired them. I just got an email, and he showed me a picture of this lot of vintage razors that he got off eBay. So he's excited to try them out. It's like 2.5 razors, he said, because one was just like the head or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But I don't really have time to respond to everybody's emails, so I apologize. If you send me an email, I do see them and I do read them, but I can't always respond, especially if you've written like a whole bunch. So that's why I kind of want to do it here, because it's a little bit quicker and easier for me. to say hello and thank you. Now, I need to look up your name, dang it. I'm so bad. I'm so bad about show prep. My only show prep is, what the heck am I going to do? And might as well stick it over here so I remember. Because if it's not right in front of me, I don't like that about myself. So anyway, I apologize. I can't remember the name of the guy that sent me that lovely email. But thank you very much. And thanks to everybody that mentions, that I've had some sort of positive impact on your life just from either talking or, being a noise in the background that's soothing or calming in some way, or, I've taught you how to shave. So yeah, I really appreciate that. I mean, that kind of stuff is what makes this worthwhile. That's why I do this. I'm not doing it for, the small amount of revenue you might get or I don't know what else. But it's interesting to me. And the fact that y'all are out there even caring at all, just, feeds into my need to be, neediness, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm a performer in many, many ways. That's got to show, like, please, everyone, please like me. Not quite like that, but you know what I mean. If you're a performer, you know what I mean. All right. If you're not, then just keep watching. All right. I still got those little nicks, like 3 of them. All right, I'm going to take care of you, Nicks. Now, I am going to use this Aftershave Terror because I just remembered that I found it the other day in that box of goodies. Super mentholated in a different kind of way. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. That's the one that keeps on giving, and I know I shave with it a lot. So if you get bored with the products and you've seen them too many times, I try not to do that. But if I have, then maybe just, see, it's too... If you are bored, then wait, and maybe I'll have something cool for you the next time. I still got to get that 60s show and tell razor out, the electric one that was perched up there last week. Sometimes I'll intend on doing a video, but then when the day rolls around, I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. I'll save it for another time. And this is kind of one of those days. But hey, you got something to look at that's different than an old towel, right? I don't know. Just leave a comment. Shop Dog Sam. Have you guys ever seen Shop Dog Sam on YouTube? I used to watch him years ago because I came across his channel. He just mostly now just does, I think, small engine repair. Back in the day, he did all this crazy cooking. I mean, crazy stuff. He'd buy like ingredients at Walmart. He'd get stuff from his neighbor lady. And like the thing that made me find his channel, be like, what the heck? And he's this kind of like, backwoods southern fellow with a big old beard. He's in his 60s, I think. And he doesn't waste nothing. He uses everything. But anyway, he made fried maraschino cherry juice. That's all I'm going to say. Google fried maraschino cherry juice and find out how the heck he did it, why he did it. Anyway, Shop Dog Sam. The way I said that thing a minute ago reminded me of him, so... All right, let's focus. Let's focus now. We're shaving. This is shaving. We're not frying maraschino cherry juice. Now, if you've ever been to Texas, or you've ever been to Dallas, you've ever been to the Texas State Fair, you know that they're famous for frying everything up there. I think that's where fried Oreos were born, fried Twinkies. I could be wrong. Fried margaritas, fried beer. If you can fry it, they're going to find a way to fry it. That's a Texas State Fair, so that's nothing new to me. But fried maraschino cherry juice, I just had to find out. And I did find out. I do love maraschino cherries. I know they're fake as all get out and full of chemicals and God knows. I don't care. I like them. I love them. I had some last night. Made myself I get to splurge a little bit on the weekends with my weight loss thing. I had a little Rocky Road. Bluebell Rocky Road. Some maraschino cherries thrown on top just for good measure. I love cherry anything. Any cherry flavor, cherry scent. I just go, ooh, cherry? And yes, I have been to Door County, Wisconsin, in case you were going to mention that. It's Cherryland. I had a cherry margarita from Taco Cabana Saturday night. Cherry margarita. Limited time only. Go get it. If you got Taco Cabanas in your neck of the woods. Neck of the wape. Wape at nape of the... All right. I'm going to rinse off, see how we did. See if we were successful or not. See if we pass the audition. Now those nicks, we'll put those aside. That's user error. It's user error. That's my fault. Remember, take responsibility. I had this talk with my oldest son yesterday. He lost. I gave him I'm not going to tell you what happened, but anyway, he wouldn't fess up to having lost something when he did, when it was extremely obvious that he did. And I tried to tell him, really, if you've done something wrong, just take responsibility. Say, I messed up. I apologize. I'm going to try better next time. I'll do better. Because when you try to cover it up, that makes it all worse. Look what happened to Richard Nixon. If he had just come out and said, oh, you're right, I am a crook. Instead, he tried to cover his tracks and, yeah, anyway, fess up. Fess up to what you've done. Admit it, and then you'll move on. There won't be any bad blood. That's my advice to you today. My fatherly advice from a father that I gave to my son last night, and now I give to you. So, take it for what it's worth, which I'm sure is very little. Okay, let's see here. We'll get into there. Can I tell you, I cut my nostril outside again for the second time last week. That's the second time in like 2 weeks, and I've never done it ever in my life. What? I need to slow down. Become more zen-like, like the Maharishi. The Beatles jettisoned that pretty quick, didn't they? All right. I think that's good. Yeah, it's not a bad razor. It's not a great razor. It doesn't inspire anything other than, I like the fact that I was able to use something that the Beatles used, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? All right, let's rinse off and put some Terror on. Terror. Yeah, laundry day. Whenever that happened, I have to go down, get a towel, and then there's an empty towel rack, and I usually go stick something on there. One time I think I put like a little tiny hand towel or something to look ridiculous, but this was kind of inspired. I kind of like seeing that. I like seeing I'm watching myself in my video. I love that little Hofner bass. It's silly, it's stupid, you don't need it, but it's cool. Terror from Barrister and Mann. Mentholated. Out the wazoo, not going to use a lot, because whatever they use to as menthol, tingles in a whole different way. It's really, I wish I could describe it better than I did, than I can. But anyway, yeah, try it out. If you're into menthol like I am, this is a different experience because it's some other ingredient. It's not exactly the same. Somebody told me, and please, if you are out there and you were the one that told me, please tell me again. Like I said, it's not in front of me. It's just, I forget it. I apologize. But anyway, that's it, folks. Gear fab, Mac Shao and all that. All right, it's time to go. Got to put on my Beatle boots and me Chelsea boots and my shark skin collarless Pierre Cardin jacket. I was kind of losing the accent, so I'm going to drop it. I'm going to lose it all together. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Have a good shave. Leave a comment. I read every single one of them. And if you email me and I don't respond, it's not because I don't love you. I just couldn't get myself together to write a whole email. And I'll just save and say hi and say thank you in person like this. This is as close as we can get in person, unless I see you in person. All right, everybody. See you later.